Your cat seems fine. He plays, sleeps, eats, and his water bowl is always full, but this simple detail can be a silent sign of a bigger problem. Many owners are unaware that not drinking enough water is one of the main causes of kidney disease in cats, and by the time it's noticed, it's often too late. In this video, we'll discover the 7 hidden reasons why your cat isn't drinking water, and most importantly, how to help him naturally and stress-free. Because his health, his well-being, and his life can depend on something as simple as this: the evolution of the cat and its low water drive. To understand why your cat doesn't drink enough water, we must first look at its past. Domestic cats descend from Felis libica, the African wildcat, a solitary hunter that inhabited arid desert areas. In that hostile environment, access to water was scarce, so their survival depended on obtaining most of their hydration directly from their prey, such as rodents and birds, which contain between 60% and 80% water in their bodies. This trait has remained almost intact in our modern cats. Their bodies are designed to conserve water, and their instinct doesn't drive them to actively seek it out. Therefore, even if they have a full bowl available, they often barely touch it. The problem is that in modern domestic life, many cats eat dry kibble with only 8% to 10% moisture. This creates an imbalance. The body needs water, but the instinct doesn't demand it. This mismatch between biology and instinct can lead to chronic, silent dehydration with serious consequences for their health. Therefore, the first step is to understand that your cat isn't being capricious. She's obeying an ancient heritage: how to get your cat to drink more water. Now that you know why cats don't feel a natural need to drink, it's time to help them with practical solutions. With a few changes at home, you can help your cat stay hydrated and prevent serious health problems. Here are 7 simple but very effective tips. Tip 1. Keep water away from the litter box. Although it may seem practical, placing the water bowl next to the litter box is one of the most common mistakes cat owners make. At first glance, it seems convenient to have everything together: food, water, and litter box in one corner. But for your cat, this can be simply repulsive. Cats are extremely clean animals. Their sense of smell is much more acute than ours, and they detect any trace of urine or feces even if we don't notice it. Drinking water near the place where they eliminate goes against their natural instincts. In the wild, felines would never drink from a water source near a contaminated area. This behavior is hardwired into their biology. Therefore, if their bowl is near the litter box, they're likely to avoid it, even if they're thirsty. And this silent, progressive avoidance can lead to chronic dehydration. The solution is simple but powerful. Move the water source to a different room, or at least several feet away. Such a simple change can make a real difference in your cat's health and well-being. Tip 2. Don't place water next to food. One of the most common practices among owners is to place water right next to the food dish, thinking it's the most comfortable option for the cat. But from a feline perspective, this can be a real problem. In nature, cats don't drink water near where they feed. Why? Because they instinctively associate food with debris, possible bacteria, or contamination. Therefore, when water is right next to their food, this primitive reflex can cause them to reject it. Even if they're thirsty, your cat might ignore the water simply because of its location. This rejection isn't immediate or dramatic, it's silent. Little by little, the cat begins to drink less without you noticing, and this small detail can lead to chronic dehydration and urinary or kidney problems over time. The solution is as simple as it is effective. Place the water bowl in another location, separate from their food. Even better if it's in a quiet area where your cat feels safe. And if you have multiple cats, offer multiple watering points. It's a small change for you, but it can make a big difference in your feline companion's health. Tip 3. Offer moving water to stimulate their instinct. Have you noticed that your cat prefers to drink from the tap, the shower, or even a puddle of running water? It's no coincidence. Cats instinctively trust moving water more than stagnant water. In nature, flowing water signals freshness and safety, while still water may be contaminated or spoiled. Therefore, when you offer your cat a stationary bowl that's been in the same place for hours, they may simply ignore it. Their biology tells them that such water may not be safe, even if you've lovingly placed it and it's clean. An excellent solution is to invest in a recirculating fountain or water bowl. These devices mimic the natural flow of water, keeping it fresh and oxygenated, and are also very attractive to cats. The gentle sound of the water can also spark their curiosity and encourage them to drink more often. If they don't show interest at first, don't worry. Some cats need time to adjust. Place the fountain in a quiet location and allow your cat to explore it at his or her own pace. With patience, you'll discover that drinking water can be a much more engaging experience for your cat. Tip 4. Place multiple watering sources in your home. Would you drink enough water if you only had a glass in a far corner of your home? Probably not. The same thing happens to cats. If they only have a water bowl in an inaccessible corner, they're likely to go for long periods without drinking, simply because they don't want to go there. Cats are territorial and routine-oriented animals. They tend to spend many hours in the same room, resting or watching from their favorite spot. If they don't have easy access to water in those spaces, they'll ignore it, even if they need it. This happens more often in large, multi-level homes, or with more than one cat. Therefore, one of the simplest and most effective changes you can make is to place several water bowls in different areas of your home. Near where they sleep, where they sunbathe, where they play, or where they look out the window. Providing variety and accessibility not only increases the likelihood of them drinking more, but also gives them a sense of control and comfort. It's a way to respect their independent nature while actively taking care of their health. Tip 5. Keep the water clean, fresh, and odor-free. For a cat, the water must be spotless. What may seem clean enough to our eyes may be completely unacceptable to their keen sense of smell and taste. The slightest odor, a speck of dust, or a hair floating in the water can be enough to make your cat reject it completely. Cats are fastidious animals, especially when it comes to hygiene. Their sense of smell is up to 14 times more sensitive than humans, so they detect aromas we don't even notice. If the water has been in the sun all day, if it has food leftovers, or if the bowl hasn't been thoroughly washed, they will reject it. The best practice is to change the water at least once a day. If it's hot, change it twice. Wash the bowl with warm water and a mild soap, rinsing thoroughly to remove any residue. And if you use automatic fountains, remember to clean the filter regularly, as it accumulates bacteria if not maintained. It may seem like a minor detail, but for your cat, that cleanliness can be the difference between staying well hydrated or continuing to avoid water. Tip 6. Incorporate more wet food into their diet. Your cat is designed to get a large portion of its water from what it eats. In the wild, prey such as a mouse or bird provides up to 80% of its water intake. But when fed exclusively dry kibble, which contains only 8% to 10% water, that natural balance is disrupted. And even if water is always available, their instinct doesn't prompt them to drink more to compensate. This is where wet food can make a difference. Good quality pouches, cans, or pâtés contain much more water and are also generally more palatable. This means they are more appealing to cats in terms of taste, texture, and aroma. This combination encourages them to eat more eagerly and, without realizing it, also to hydrate better. You can offer one wet food a day or even mix a little warm water with the food to create a kind of broth. You can also add small portions of cooked chicken or fish without salt or seasoning. Introduce these changes gradually, observing how your cat reacts. And if your cat has special medical needs, consult your veterinarian first. Improving hydration can be as simple as improving what you offer in his or her food. Tip 7. The material of the bowl also matters. You could be doing everything right, changing the water daily, placing it far from the litter box, using wet food, and still your cat barely comes near to drink. The reason? It could be right in the bowl itself. Yes, the material of the bowl can directly influence your cat's behavior. Plastic bowls, although common and inexpensive, develop microscopic cracks over time where bacteria, soap residue, and unpleasant odors accumulate. Even if you don't notice them, your cat does. Their sense of smell is so sensitive that they can detect what we ignore, and if something is unpleasant, they will simply avoid it. Ideally, use bowls made of stainless steel, ceramic, or glass. These materials don't absorb odors, are easy to wash, don't create microcracks, and help keep the water fresher for longer. They are also safer for their long-term health. Changing the type of container is a small detail that is often overlooked, but it can make a difference in your cat's hydration. Sometimes what seems insignificant is just what your cat needs to start drinking more. How to know if your cat is dehydrated. Sometimes, even if we do our best, it's not easy to tell if a cat is drinking enough. They don't complain, they don't show it obviously, and that's why it's so important to learn to recognize the hidden signs of dehydration. Identifying them early can make the difference between a healthy cat and a sick one. One of the simplest methods is the skin test. Gently grasp the skin on the back of your cat's neck, lift it, and release it. If it springs back quickly, they're well hydrated. If it takes a while to return, they may be dehydrated. Also pay attention to their gums. They should be pink, moist, and smooth. If they feel dry, sticky, or pale, it's a warning sign. Another indicator is their urine. If it's very dark, has a strong odor, or they rarely go to the litter box, something is wrong. Other signs include lethargy, loss of appetite, and apathy. If you notice 2 or more of these signs, don't wait. Take your cat to the vet as soon as possible. Dehydration can progress quickly and affect vital organs. Detecting it early can save your cat's life. Do you want to learn how to recognize the signs that your cat might be sick and know exactly what to do? Then don't miss the video that appears on screen. 7 alarming signs your cat is sick. In this episode, we share clear and practical information so you can detect any changes in behavior early, prevent complications, and know when it's time to see the vet. Your cat trusts you, and you can be its best tool for prevention. Click and discover what every responsible cat owner needs to know. Today, you know more. Now you have real tools in your hands to improve your feline companion's health. It's not about perfection, but about awareness. Because loving a cat also means observing, understanding, and caring for it, even in the smallest details. Tell us in the comments, which of these tips will you apply first at home? We want to read, help, and learn with you. And if you know someone who loves cats as much as you do, share this video. You might just give them the key to protecting their best friend. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to continue discovering together how to make your cat happier, healthier, and more understanding every day. See you in the next episode.